And welcome back to We Bombastic Few Season 4, Episode 3. Look at how consistent we're being. You've gotten new segments, you've gotten new everything. We're being on time. This is the greatest podcast on air. And in the greatest podcast on air, I've got two other hosts with me.
Hi, I'm Lindsay.
I'm Daniel.
And there they are. All right, so have you guys ever seen the movie The Ring?
I'm familiar with it. I've not seen it.
Is it comparable to The Circle?
No. Uncomparable in almost every way. So basically, it's a horror movie. And if you didn't know, so basically there's this VHS tape. So like it was made in early 2004 and it has like very heavy 2000 vibes because the movie's all about a haunted VHS tape that if you watch the VHS tape, then with it, you'll immediately get a phone call on your landline telephone, and in 7 days you're gonna die. I was thinking about this, and if they made a reboot of this movie, what would it transform into? And my initial idea was like, if you watch this TikTok, then you get an Instagram post on your account, and you're gonna die in 7 days. I think that's what the reboot would be.
I feel like
what mediums change.
I feel like they kind of try to do this. There was that movie that came out a few years ago where it was like through Google Hangouts or something, and the Google Hangouts call was haunted. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Absolutely not.
I remember seeing ads for
seeing
it.
a trailer for it. Like
there was a movie. Now you're making me remember. There's a movie where it's an app, right? And if you download the app, it'll tell you when you're gonna die. Which always has I always have the question of will that affect when you die, right? Because because let's say you don't download the app, then you live your life normally, but you download the app and you find out you have a little bit amount of time left to live, then suddenly you're going to live your life more dangerously, and that's what causes you to die.
Yeah.
Or what if it's absolute, and then you're like, no matter what I do, I won't die.
Well, yeah, no, that's normally how it is.
So they send out the guinea pig who doesn't care, and they're like, yeah, I'm just gonna do anything and everything.
But it's hard to say. No matter what, knowing changes your actions, I would say.
Yeah,
to some extent,
it might change how you live. I think that's
food for thought.
Reasonable.
But yeah, I was assigned with some homework, and I did it. So I two of these.
All right, don't insult us, please.
I'm only proud of one of them.
And it's the one for you, aren't you?
No. In terms of it being a good matchup. But so this one's I'm not whatever. Okay. You guys are going to make fun of me for it no matter what. I literally looked for one for me for a very long time. I couldn't find any that I even remotely liked. So, because of the beard, Hugh Jackman for myself.
Why did I know you were going to say Hugh Jackman?
Okay.
Because in my head I was like, he's going to say Hugh Jackman.
Okay, run us through some more of the defining features of you and Hugh Jackman that are comparable.
Well, okay, so defining features. We both have beards right now.
Oh my gosh.
Case dismissed.
Isn't he typically clean shaven?
But for Wolverine, he's not.
So you said currently.
And that is my reference photo.
How are your fingernails? Are they good health?
I haven't cut them in about 17 years, and I also have some bones growing in between my knuckles. But so we got that. Like I said, it's just there. I looked for a long time. Anyway, for Lindsay, I have Andrew Garfield.
No way.
Yes.
I'm all about that. That works.
Because I think facial structure is pretty much that. You'd need to grow your hair out, but otherwise, I think it's decently close.
Okay, I could see that.
I had an actor in my mind for Lindsay, and I don't think he would have liked it.
Who'd you have?
Macaulay Culkin.
Oh, he's on a better path.
Okay, but this one I'm very proud of. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so for Daniel, Kit Harington, which if you don't know, he's the guy who plays Jon Snow in Game of Thrones. And he was also in Eternals. Look up a picture of him.
Is he the one with the beard? White beard?
Yes. Well, he doesn't have a white. He has black hair, long black curly hair.
Okay, hold on. Let me look this up on my phone so I don't click clack everywhere. Jon Snow.
I say screw the listeners. I always click clack.
Click clack, click clack.
But I've always appreciated.
All right. So what's Let's see.
It's like
Why
KIT.
Jon Snow? Why Kit Harington?
Because you look like him. What do you mean?
What are you talking about? What?
Yeah, you don't see it.
I mean, maybe
A little bit. I mean,
really.
there's. You might be onto something. There's a little something there.
I think so he's got a mustache, but like excluding the mustache, I think like you're.
Yeah, Daniel has everything
you're
but a
basically
mustache,
there.
pretty much.
We have the cameras on right now. I've got like a 12-year-old's mustache. This is one where he's like,
yeah.
he shows up to middle school feeling like a king,
to his
but
friends.
it's like
yeah. Anyway,
Filled it
all
with
right.
some Sharpie.
Today's segments. We got old school insults, a hypothetical because what is a podcast without a hypothetical, and segment C. But first, of course, we got our bombastic word, ultra microscopic silicovolcanoconiosis, which is a disease caused by the prolonged inhalation of fine siliceous dust. So lots of opportunities for bombastic words. This one.
when you said the name of the disease, I was kind of thinking it might be caused by the prolonged inhalation of fine siliceous dust. So
I mean, honestly, you got silicon sort of somewhere in there, and you got volcanoes.
see, the only thing, like, if I got that far, I also would have said specifically from a volcano.
If you just inhale siliceous dust not from a volcano, entirely different disease.
Right.
Also, if you can see the dust particles, different disease. It's all in there. Pop quiz. What does pneuma? What does pneuma mean?
Either breathing or lungs.
Yeah, they'll have to do something with inhaling or something.
I think it's breath, but it can also be used as like spirit. But that's enough trivia. Segment A.
All right. What we have for you today are some old school insults. And, a lot of insults today, it really comes down to, who has the more creative use of a select few words. But back in the day, they had some much more creative things to call people, such as afternoon farmer. Now, if you're an afternoon farmer, you're a laggard. A farmer who rises late? Are you kidding me? You can't have that. So, out of the three of us, I think I'd probably be the afternoon farmer of the podcast.
You're an absolute afternoon farmer, Daniel.
And we've got, if you say someone's all hat, no cattle, they're an empty poster.
I was gonna say.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you want to guess? Do you guys want to guess?
Yeah, give us a slight chance to guess. We won't prolong it, but we'll just
But also, let's try and figure out origin of some of these. So like all hat, no cattle is like you just boast a lot, right?
Well, yeah. So like you dress like a ranch hand. And
okay.
But you don't actually have the livestock to.
Yeah,
wear a cowboy hat despite having any cowboys.
Well, I was also thinking like you dress up as like a fancier, but however, like having livestock used to be like the form of how valuable you were, like what your net worth was. So like just be like dressing up like you're all fancy here to go to a fancy dinner, but you didn't have the cattle to back it.
All right.
Don't laugh.
Sorry,
at
sir. You must have at least 3 cattle to enter this this restaurant.
That's how they used to determine if you were eligible for a roller coaster back in the day. It wasn't height; it was how many cattle you owned. Those roller coasters in the 1800s that they had.
I'm pretty sure I did a thing on roller coasters. I want to say the late 1800s was like the first roller coaster.
Really? I guess that makes sense. They had a Ferris wheel at like the Chicago World Fair. Or was it the St. Louis World Fair? It doesn't matter. It was early 1900s when the World Fair existed.
Yeah. Why did we stop that?
I don't know. It's a really cool idea.
I guess it just became more specific, right? Because there's like conventions. No longer can you say like, here's a convention for every update we've had like in technology. It's now just like within very specifically like iPhones that fit on your left foot. Like there's a convention for that.
Yeah. All right. So we got another insult here. Blunderbuss. If you don't know what a blunderbuss is, it's basically just like a short gun, almost like a sawed-off shotgun, but not a. It's a short gun.
So this might be a little too direct. My guess is like firing from the hip, doing like not really focusing in on what you're trying to do, but just going for it.
You're a short person. He's calling you short.
All right. Well, it means a dumb, blundering fellow.
Makes sense.
So not short, but short intellectually.
Yeah.
All right. Let me sift through here for a good one. Oh, chucklehead.
The class clown.
I'll give you a hint. It's about the same as bufflehead, cabbage head, chowder head, and cod's head.
Man, so they weren't creative. They just had more words they added in front of their base insults.
They had I feel they used a much wider range of like vocab here for their insults, which is really impressive. But chucklehead, Lindsay, do you have an idea?
Mashed potato brains. Just there's nothing up there.
Yes, it signifying stupidity and weakness of intellect, or a fool. All right, cow-handed.
Cow-handed?
Or
Cow-handed.
Cow-handed.
It's when you're born with the unfortunate disease of having cows for hands.
Whole cows for hands.
Yeah.
I think that's more the cows are
Entire
born with
separate-
an unfortunate disease of having a human
attached
to both of them.
Yeah. It's really unfortunate. Luckily, it's kind of. I'm pretty sure we cured it by the 1900s, but
Yeah, that's
Lot less
actually what
comical.
mad cow disease was.
yeah.
A lot less comical, but I'm just gonna say sluggish.
Awkward, which I'm assuming means clumsy, cow-handed. So you got like, you know.
You got cows for hands.
Yeah.
I don't think you'd be very effective in many jobs if you had cows for hands.
You would be so good at tilling the fields.
I don't think you would.
Potentially.
Dude,
If they were full-size
you could
cows,
pull.
maybe.
I was imagining tiny cows. Imagining full-size cows at the end of both of your arms is now much more entertaining.
That is exactly what I pictured when you said that.
Wow.
So like you don't need a horse for your carriage anymore. You just like get on your hands and pull the carriage around.
What's a cow's top speed?
Or how much?
Cows can go
how
pretty
much-
fast. You seen a bull?
Yeah, how much can they pull too? Like, that's very important.
25
strong.
miles per hour
Strong as
for
an
a
ox.
top speed. So
Oxes, bulls, those all fall under cows, right? Oxen.
Sometimes questions are asked on the podcast where it's like I could give what my gut reaction is, and be labeled an absolute idiot by anyone
Do it.
who knows
Do it.
anything about the subject.
See, here's
Be a
the
blundering
thing
idiot.
though. Is not like
Yeah.
here's the thing.
Such a
that's like,
chucklehead.
in that situation, like if someone asks a question like that, they could be a future bombastic quote, or if Brent, you're incorrect in your gut reaction, you could be a bombastic quote that we get from the situation.
Or it'll just be the title episode, or the episode title.
Yeah.
All right. I got another one for you though. Fuss budget.
You big complaining about like wanting to not spend a lot of money. Penny pincher.
I was gonna you have a limit. You've reached your limit on how much you can complain. Like your budget of fussing has been
Ah.
reached.
Okay, dude, that's like the tap out thing you tried to get going. Yeah. Okay.
It was a thing for a while.
It was a bit of a thing. It was hard to remember.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
More on that later. I don't know if we've talked about that before. Anyways, fuss budget is a nervous, fidgety person.
I have no idea on origin. Or
All
no
right.
ideas.
Ooh. All right. A gentleman of 4 outs. It doesn't have to do with baseball.
Okay. That.
I'm gonna say someone who has a lot going for them,
For.
like a lot of opportunities.
I have no idea.
So,
No guesses.
when a vulgar, blustering fellow asserts that he is a gentleman, the retort generally is, yeah, a gentleman of 4 outs. That is, without wit, without money, without credit, and without manners.
Oh dang, man, that's a good
That's
one.
That's
Clever.
brutal.
Yeah, that's a career ender right there.
You can't recover from that.
Yeah, that's a whole reputation.
That's
not just
someone
career.
says
You'll,
that. and
you'll
you
never
take
be
it out
allowed
into
in
the
that
streets.
saloon again.
That's when you draw your 6-shooter and say, "What was that? I could have 6 outs right here."
Yeah. You're about to have 6 outs of your body with my bullets going through them. Got him.
That was good. That was good.
And then
All
he
right.
daps up his sidekick.
All right, tell me how many more.
Give us like 2 more bangers.
Okay. Ooh.
Bangers.
How about milksop?
Okay, so
A wet blanket.
a milksop
Like just a
is someone who cries over spilled milk, but even complains more about having to clean up the spilled milk.
I'd say just like a boring person.
So a milksop is a piece of bread soaked in milk, and you call someone that if they are an effeminate man.
Wow. Not very
Devoid of
2022
manliness.
of you, old.
Yeah, how could these
Old-timey
old-timers
insults.
very not PC oldies. Okay. I've got one that I'm thinking of. All right. Ninny hammer.
Ninny hammer?
Ninny hammer.
Someone who nitpicks just hammers in the point. Just nitpicks so much they're hammering the point. That's annoying.
Someone who is incapable of knitting and can only operate a hammer.
I guess that's kind of close. It's a simpleton.
Makes sense.
Okay, I'm gonna do one more just because this one's more interesting.
Yeah, sure.
Unlicked cub.
It's the child that the mother doesn't love.
I was going to say runt, so pretty much the same thing. Right?
It's a loutish youth who has never been taught manners. From the tradition.
Oh, licked as in like hit maybe?
So
Like I'm gonna give you a licking?
no, it's from the
Not the good
tradition
kind.
that a bear's cub, when brought into the world, has no shape or symmetry until its mother licks it into form with her tongue.
Interesting.
So-
Didn't know that about bears. They started as like dittos, gelatinous masses.
Yes. So thank you, artofmanliness.com, for 50 plus old-fashioned insults we should bring back.
I'm totally gonna use the gentleman of 4 outs.
Gentleman of 4 outs is really good. I hope I don't
Ah,
forget
a
that one.
gentleman of 4 outs we see.
Have you ever seen, like, you know those things where it's like pick this word for your birthday, pick this for your month, pick this for your birth year, and they're like, this is whatever.
Your rapper name, yes, I've seen those.
Yeah, this is your rapper name. I saw one that was like that. I think it was just like pick from a list, like pick one for this list, one for this, one for this list, and it's your Shakespearean insult. But so it's like you could combine any number of these, and it's a great insult.
That's
It's an
fantastic.
image I saw. It's like a maybe 2013 era meme I saw, but I always liked that list and looking at it because I thought it was really funny. So if anyone has that and wants to send that over to us on any avenue, that would be pretty epic because I'm definitely going to forget to look it up.
The bombastic word of this week is
Quote.
English the main language?
Excuse me, bombastic word.
Bombastic quotes.
Sorry, I ruined it.
Bombastic quotes.
Say it again.
Is English the main language of France? And with that, the hypothetical, which correlates perfectly. So, when you think of language, what do you think of?
The African clicking language.
Exactly.
Helen Keller.
Yes, exactly, both of you. So, what's in between those two? Like, if you were to make a little Venn diagram, what's in between those two?
Sign language.
Sure. All right.
Whale noises.
Whale noises. So, we're getting whale sign language here, all right?
Yeah,
All right.
exactly.
All right. So, hypotheticals. You can only communicate using terms directly related to a topic that is predetermined.
How did this happen?
This happened because Helen Keller and the French clicking language association combined and decided that we need to get better at communicating with the whales. So some people could only speak in regards to whales using sign language. That's why it was whale sign language.
In regards to whales?
So now we could only communicate with each other using a whale as a translator?
No, that's the one they chose. That's the one they chose. Their specific topic.
But now everyone has a I can only talk about Superman. I can only talk in DC comic terms.
Yeah, so the example I got was from an anime, someone who could only speak ingredients or pieces, things that you put in sushi. And if he said anything else, like it was some ability, whatever. But pretty much he could only speak using tuna, rice, spring roll, like stuff like that. So
okay, Jujutsu Kaisen, right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, okay.
So
it's a good show.
Yeah, so same idea. So pretty much, I don't know if we want to have parents of kids determine what their subject or topic is going to be, or if we want to have a certain age, you decide.
I was like, what if you just like don't speak until you're 18, and at 18 you decide like what your category is?
Yeah. So like, that's what I was thinking. I was like, what if, if we go that route.
So let's start going over some like possible like categories that you would choose.
Sports is a very direct one, because if you want to become better at soccer or whatever, you make it so you can only talk about soccer. That way, like, you will be more surrounded by soccer potentially, because that's all you can talk about.
Yeah, and if you want to be like a quarterback or something, you had to have chosen specifically like football or something.
Are we saying you choose at 18, or like when you?
Yeah,
I think that's what
you choose when you're ready or whatever. Because if so,
and you're silent before then,
there are no more child actors.
Yeah, we didn't need them. They all sign.
No, their topic that those actors have to choose is the specific movie that they're going to work on or play. So
you only get one. You just live off royalties.
That. Yeah,
because I was gonna say like you could do like movie quotes, but you don't get to choose all movies. You have to choose specifically one movie. What singular movie would have the best selection of movie quotes that you could operate day-to-day life on?
Donkey.
Donkey.
Better house than in. That's what I always say.
Quest. Let's see how many Shrek quotes we can fit into the next 5 minutes of this podcast.
You in what army?
Well, okay. In all seriousness, like, I feel like it comes down to more like the idea of like predestination, in the sense of like you can, like, that's a very exaggerated term, but like if you wanted to be, let's say, an aerospace engineer, you're going to have to decide that like at 18, and you know what your career is most probably going to be in, or you're just going to learn a way to work with the words that you've learned. It's just going to be a lot more work to go to another subject potentially.
Yeah, like a baker has chose to become an architect. Like they chose like bakery terms when they turned 18, but they decided to become an architect. And it's like like King Tut's oven. We went into that. Do you think our names are exempt, right? I think
you can get away with very proper nouns.
Very proper nouns. What's the difference between a proper noun and a very proper noun?
I was going to say very specific, but then I changed it to proper nouns. So I
like very proper nouns.
Brent, son of Brent's mom, daughter of Brent's grandparents.
So like I kind of like that idea. And specifically, like, it's gonna be very hard for that kid who chose bakery terms to become an architect, because like everyone's making fun of him. Like, all he can say is bagels.
Yeah. You know how rough this is for like people who aspire to be artists and then like give up, and they can only talk as like
Like painting. And like it's not even general art, it's like painting terms.
Pastels.
Or, like, yeah. It's not it's not even painting, it's specifically watercolor.
And a specific like brush stroke too.
No, you can only speak with like colors from a Crayola 120 crayon pack. Like only the names of the colors in the Crayola 120 crayon pack. That's what you can say.
Rouge.
No, it's like they have like Sasquatch socks is one of their names for one of their pinks.
Oh, that's helpful. That's helpful.
Honestly, yeah, absolutely.
Leaps and bounds of progress.
Like, you want to call someone ugly? Sasquatch socks.
Yeah. I'll choose the article of just insults. Can you imagine? Like, all you can speak is insults.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, like
Gentlemen
different
of 4
tiers.
outs.
Yeah, you have tiers. Like a gentleman of 4 ounces is like the very extreme, but like if you have much like lesser intensity one, you know that you might be semi-friendly or whatever.
Cowhands is actually a compliment.
You shake someone's hand and go, cow hands. And they're like, what topic did this guy pick?
I think a lot more comes down to like body language at that point.
Well,
you have to really
I
have
think since a lot less movies are being made,
not necessarily. It's just people are risking their entire communication.
Hold on, I'm
life.
curious where he's going with this.
well, because like you can only pick lines related to what you could talk about, or if you're like going to be an actor, like you say, I want lines related to this movie, so you only have that movie line and sequels, and so like I don't know, I don't really see much of a future in streaming for that, because the only way they're going to make money is off royalties, and so people are going to have to buy physical copies of these
but no one
films.
likes buying physical like renting such a better system as opposed to having to buy everything you want to see.
But you still have the option to buy if you want to.
Yeah.
There's only one place.
Well, but
really.
like I don't want to go to two separate places in order to do that, right?
Yeah. So you should be able to do both at the same place, and I can only really think of one place that kind of fits the bill there.
One solution.
And
Really?
that is Redbox.
We just leave it. Move on.
You won't, Brent. You won't.
I'm back.
Bet.
I think we have a word from our sponsors.
Oh yes, today's episode is
Blockbuster's coming back. Okay.
I win.
all right. You just lost that bet.
Love.
Now, Lindsay, you get to come up with the name of the We Bombastic Few film that those actors play in, and will be sold at Redbox or Blockbuster. Whoever gets the exclusivity rights.
Okay, maybe. Okay, instead of movie title, can maybe do like a quick synopsis or like just. Like,
do a quick summary.
Write
of
us
the
a
We
new
Bombastic Few movie.
write us a new description for the podcast. Why don't you?
No.
Okay, there you go.
No. I'm gonna
And
make
then
a
we'll
description for an action movie for the three of us. Is what I'm going to do. Wait, hold on. I had a homework assignment.
I
Brent
think
had a
Daniel
homework
gets the
assignment.
homework assignment.
Daniel, I think you need a homework assignment. You have
Well,
to write.
hey.
a movie synopsis.
Hang
You thought
on.
you were gonna slap me with something. I'm gonna slap you with something.
No, because you won the bet, so you get to do.
No,
this.
I think you should come up with like the We Bombastic Few standard insult.
Ooh,
Okay.
Okay.
I'm all back. It's all you, Daniel.
I can. I'll see what I can do. Shoot me a text every day so I don't forget.
Oh my gosh. Welcome to Daniel, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm gonna ask you to remember, because you will.
Hopefully you're not
that's the
talking
story.
about me. Because I should.
Yeah, I'm asking Brent to remember. Brent, you still haven't been bothering me to play kangaroos and platypuses, by the way.
I just don't care anymore because you're not gonna do it.
I forget. I wanted to. I was going to. It just
Unbelievable.
things happened. Busy. Life. The International Space Station is going to be crashing into the Pacific Ocean. When they shut it down, I think. No, that's a real thing. Did you guys hear that?
No.
Well, I think
When?
the U.S. was talking about like in 2031 or something like that.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
retiring
that's supposed
the
to be
space
like
station.
decades from now, though, right?
Like decade.
Yeah, that's less than a decade if it's 2031.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Look up the specific year. That's something I feel like I saw earlier today. I was like, oh no way, that's wild. So
So
do we get like a new International Space Station or no?
No, we're downgrading to a national space station.
What research has come from the International Space Station? Like what has humanity gained from the International Space Station?
Pictures.
I'm sure
so like they
pictures.
do low gravity research, right? But like I have no idea what they're researching.
Yeah,
Pretty pictures.
I feel like
That's all it is.
Any pictures? I honestly like Google Earth. Like that's what they can. That's a separate satellite. The pictures from the ISS. That's
Yeah.
what they offer.
yeah, cool stuff.
It's actually just a really big camera station.
You don't send astronauts up there. You send photographers.
Uh huh.
Dude, that would be a way to get into NASA. Be like, yo, I am the best photographer there is. I'm the best. I'm the number one guy at Nat Geo. You want me in space?
You could try.
I feel like you get to where you're like a good in shape person. You got like a working knowledge of some kind of stuff other than cameras.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say. Well, suddenly, yeah, it's just the camera's a side gig.
Speaking
But-
of which, though, I heard, like, I don't know if either of you have seen Interstellar, but like, there's like the scene with like they've got that pretty few seconds or minutes scene of like just like the black hole, and apparently that took like 100 days to render that entire like all those pictures and stuff.
Is that
It took like terabyte. Like I don't even. It was a ridiculous amount of data that like had to be flown on planes because there was so
wow.
much data to be processed. Because it was across so many like different stations that were taking the information. They had to like fly the data together, and then it took a long time to process and everything. It was crazy.
Yeah, like the movie is beautiful, but like that's wild to me.
is Interstellar the one where Jason Bourne grows potatoes on Mars?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the one.
Okay.
Yep.
I haven't seen it, but I heard.
And then there's also a giant black rectangle, and Darth Vader's in it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
By giant black rectangle, you mean space? Because that's kind of how I picture it. Like when I'm drawing
No,
space on a piece of paper.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about like HAL 9000 type black rectangle
Okay.
stuff.
Also, when you were talking about the black hole like processes, you were talking about the actual picture of black hole, not Interstellar movie, right?
Oh, that I was. I assume
Okay.
Lindsay was too.
Okay, 'cause I didn't catch like the bridge from that conversation to that conversation. I
Yeah.
was like, that was a lot of effort for a
They
CGI
filmed
scene.
so much footage for Interstellar that they had to fly the footage. No.
But no, yeah, it was like some crazy amount, some number of petabytes. Is that what it's called? Petrabytes? I don't know.
I mean, that is a metric. I don't know if that was the. I just saw a picture on it too. I'm gonna take a risk in being a chucklehead. I think it was like 5 petabytes or something.
That is the number I had in my head. So you're probably right.
Well, but I took the risk of being a chucklehead, so I get the credit.
All right, and I will take none of the blame if Brent is a chucklehead. Anywho, sponsors, ad break. This episode is brought to you by the first ever annual official Dad of the Year award ceremony happening in December 2022. Send in your submissions now for Dad of the Year, and they will choose with their panel of grandparents to choose who the best dad is. And we'll update you on this when the results come out. And we have been given exclusivity rights to share this information with you.
Announce. So I think it's still rumors at this point, but I have heard that the winner will be getting a mug.
Oh. And you know dads love mugs.
Yeah, specifically an official Dad of the Year award ceremony.
Wow.
Mug.
Holy cow. So if you think your dad would like a mug like that, definitely send in your submissions, and we'll and a little bio about why they should win Dad of the Year. And we'll filter those through to the Dad of the Year award competition. So thank you for sponsoring this episode, letting us do what we do.
Speaking of what we do, segment C, except it's slightly different this time because it's C, like SI, as in the Spanish yes, which means we're going to do Spanish things. And so, Spanish things. What are we going to do, Spanish things? We're going to translate our top 5 catchphrases of the podcast into Spanish. So we can connect as a people, right? So like next time you meet someone who only speaks Espanol, you can say, what is a podcast without a hypothetical? And they'll know what you're talking about. So first things first, come up with catchphrases. My first suggestion is, what is a podcast without a hypothetical?
Perfect.
Hypothetical.
So
All
when are we doing an episode fully in Spanish?
That's we're waiting on us to review our Spanish from high school.
Yeah.
Hasn't been approved yet. We're looking for approval on the production of that episode.
And I did not take Spanish in high school. I did take a Spanish class in college, and I wasn't good at it.
Right. All right, catchphrase, people. We say a lot of things on this thing, and
So-
only a couple times are they new and original.
So
Blockbuster's coming back.
Yep, I like it.
So I'm thinking like, there's probably so many different ways we use the term bombastic, but so I'm kind of curious what just bombastic is. But I kind of want to find a good one to use. So like,
I don't know. I feel like some of them won't have, like, bombastic. I don't know if it would have a direct translation.
Yeah. That's true.
Oh, what's one we use? Oh, that was a good transition.
We're doing transitions and complimenting the transition.
It's only for catchphrase purposes. No, I'm the main host,
Oh my gosh.
or something.
I know
like,
why he
this is
did
the
this.
main host speaking.
I know why he did this segment. Okay. You had to find a way to naturally bring it in,
Yeah.
catch us off guard since you were going to bring it up in the intro.
All right, 2 more.
What, we're not going to do that was a good transition? I feel like we've said
That was
that
a
more
good
than
one,
almost
Brett.
anything else.
All right, fine, we can do that.
And I was kind of thinking of have a bombastic week.
Shoutouts to people who listened to the end of the episode.
Or we could just do We Bombastic Few. We could just try to translate that.
Yeah. Well, let's make that like the episode title. Is oh my goodness, what is we? Nosotros?
I mean, something like that.
Sure.
I'd have to review my conjugations and whatnot.
No, but it's, you know, is because like vosotros I think is like the Spanish we.
Well,
I'm
one of
pretty
them
sure.
is like that group of people, like you plural, and then one of them is like us.
Yeah.
But I don't remember which is which.
We could quote Daniel. I know listeners don't get to hear this all the time, but one of the catchphrases could be Daniel saying he forgot to hit record. That could be a good one.
But they're not
All
around
right.
for that one.
Yeah, I'm not ready to record yet. All right, stop the recording.
Hey, you can put that in there. I say it a lot.
Or you could even do part of the ad that we have playing before it. Daniel, you're up.
Wow, throwback.
Bro, I've heard that so many times. Good
I was
Lord.
just gonna say maybe we should re-record that someday.
Or get new.
But that would take work. We're never gonna do that. I'm okay with Daniel Europe.
That one, or we could do.
Well, I'm trying to get one more than like 3 words, with one of them being a proper
All right.
or a very proper noun.
Random idea. Season 5. We take the concept of every episode of season 1, but do it with us now, as opposed to us 3 years
Yeah,
ago.
same segments and everything.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
I don't know about an entire. I
Like
feel like
season 5
I
episode
think we
1,
could do it.
season 1 episode 1.
Or what if that's the season 4 like special or something? But we're speed running, right? We're like spending like 2 to 4 minutes on each thing.
2 minutes on each segment. Like, what was the thing? Why did we call it the sheep house? It was something to do with
It was
America
the
Abridged.
No, Sheep House was the first episode.
Yeah, it was the first episode. I thought George Washington came up somehow.
No, that's the fourth episode, George Washington Unabridged.
Oh, that's right.
I remember like talking about making a house out of sheep, and it was in regards to the hypothetical.
Yes.
Which was about enjoying your job, but I can't recall how that related.
See, our hypotheticals should be more point A to point B like that. I don't. How do we get from enjoying your job? Wait, how is the hypothetical enjoying your job? Everyone enjoys their job. I guess.
Well, no, it was like, or no, yeah, because it was the like building a puzzle every day. Like you're paid very well to build a puzzle that you then just have to tear apart.
Oh,
so it's like
that's
meaningless
right.
work. And it was like Bill Gates came into it and sheep did, but I can't remember the last connection.
Wow. Sounds like we need to brush up on our We Bombastic Few trivia. Oh, now that's.
I would love to make a Trivial
episode.
Pursuit of We Bombastic Few.
I feel like
That'd be awesome.
You should be writing some of this stuff down.
These ideas.
Yeah, if only there was some way we could like document what we're saying right now, a way to like forever memorialize the
If only
words
we
that are
could
coming
have
out of our mouths.
Oh my god, we could have recorded it.
Oh, we should have a podcast.
Oh,
Okay.
what if we did, but I
Catchphrase.
forgot to hit the record button?
Oh, that's the name of the podcast. I forgot to hit the record button.
Brilliant. On the same wavelength here, boy.
I feel like there's something we have that's better than
I don't know.
Yeah, hold on. What are we talking about right now? I already.
catchphrase.
Oh, catchphrases.
Good lord.
What are we talking about right now?
As our catchphrase.
Yeah, because we say it a lot.
Okay, we're going with 4 for now. So let's see here. We go.
Did we not have a bombastic week?
No, we get. Yeah, well, let's go. I'll just do that.
Yeah.
One. Okay, and we're gonna use the time-tested method of translation, which is putting it into Google. All right, so what is a podcast without a hypothetical? Is ¿Qué es un podcast sin un hipotético?
All right. Now put it through to another language, and then put it through back
Oh,
to
yeah.
English.
Yeah. We could do one of those classic like translate it 19 times. Oh gosh. Now we just get to hear Brent struggle with how to do things. So we'll do that, and then to that, and then we do that.
If the first one's
That.
oh, just go back to
to
English
that.
right now.
I know.
And
To
then
that.
if it's not good,
Well,
we'll just not do it.
It worked.
Okay.
Wow.
All right, so what is a podcast without a hypothetical, Brent?
What?
Well, what's the new translation?
I went back like 3 times and it was what's a podcast without a hypothetical.
Shoot.
So Google Translate has upped its game, is what I'm hearing.
Wow.
Well, no, I think I don't know.
It is a simple-ish sentence, so I guess it could just have had a direct translation for every language picked.
Okay.
Google specifically hard-coded the translation for all of those. Oh gosh.
You need a new window for every instance of Google Translate.
So I'll let one of you say that one.
I'm doing the third one.
Okay. So Daniel, say
All right.
Say what Blockbuster is coming back is.
All right. Blockbuster is coming back in Spanish, according to Google Translate. El éxito de taquilla está regresando.
So
El éxito
I don't
de
understand that.
regresando. Wait, yeah.
'Cause
Wait, Blockbuster should be one of those words.
Theoretically, yeah. Unless it's, but like some companies are called different things in different languages, right?
Right, but blockbuster
But
is
I
also
think
a
it
word
probably,
for
yeah,
like
yeah,
a film.
yeah.
So which of those words became? I'm guessing.
Well,
Takia.
I would get so like I guess maybe film of like grand or something is coming back. Oh my goodness, I'm so good at Spanish because like L is the and éxito I'm guessing is like film and then de is of, and that so it's like in Spanish they'll have like they'll use adjective sometimes as like noun of adjective or another noun. So what's éxito? Éxito.
Takia is ticket office.
Éxito is success. So the success of ticket office is Blockbuster. And then Regresando, I guess, is coming back.
Wow,
As
this
you
is
can tell, we're
truly
very good
segment
at
C.
Yep, checks out.
This okay.
So, Lindsay, what do we got? What's the next one?
This is the main host speaking. It translates to Este es el presentador principal hablando.
So this is the presenter main, like speaking.
Yeah. Principal is main, presenter is host, and then speaking hablando.
Man, we're good at Spanish.
Oh.
All right. So, and then we have that was a good transition. Esa fue una buena transición. Man, Spanish is basically the same as English.
I love the word for bombastic. The next one, have a bombastic week. Or should I just say, you know what? I'm gonna say it in Spanish at the end of the conclusion.
Yeah, I like that.
I bet you'll not remember to do it.
Speaking of conclusion, no, you got something, bro.
Wink, wink.
Well, I was just gonna say there is a so there's a word that like one of its possible translations is bombastic. Did not expect that.
Yeah, I mean, it's really close. Like it has bomb in the word too, which is kind of surprising.
Mm-hmm.
Like they needed to make a word for bombastic or something. Yeah, I feel like there could have been a lot of words that like almost translated like weird or
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was segment C.
Segment C, everyone. I already have an idea for next installment of segment C.
Oh boy, yeah.
But I'm not telling you guys.
More like a segment cringe.
C is for segment C is for cringe.
Yeah, it is like C is for cookie. It's Sesame Street themed.
Sesame Street is spelled with S's, not C's, Brent.
Forehead.
Really?
5 head.
Chucklehead. I've forgotten all of them except Chucklehead and Gentleman of 4 Outs.
Honestly.
Cowhands. I don't remember what cowhands means, but
Is the oil change title the one that won out over 7 head? No, 7 head is one of our titles, right?
nah, maybe.
I
I stopped memorizing all title names very long time
You know what?
ago.
Because that was the episode we had like 4 different really good titles, and I think one of them was the hypothetical existence of 7 head or something like that.
No, that is not a title.
Yeah. So
Seven Head,
shout out to
Seven
that one
Head.
episode with a lot of, at the time, what we thought was a lot of good one-liners. I haven't listened back on it, so maybe it's awful. But I thought that was a really good episode at the time.
I think this is slightly off topic, but like we'll use the bombastic word in the title sometimes, which really helps remember the bombastic word. Because I had David, shout out to David, use octothorpe to me, and I was like, what does that mean? And I was like, wait, no, I know what octothorpe means.
You almost failed your vocab quiz.
I almost did, but then I didn't.
that is
Like,
accountability.
Our bombastic words are nothing to Flox and Nos and a Hilipificate.
Oh, exactly. Like, I will never forget what that means. Although, I'm pretty sure Feghoot's a part of a title, and I don't
What a feg
remember
hoot.
what feg.
What a fag
Yeah,
hoot
what a
with-
feg hoot.
That was the first episode with Christian.
What a feg hoot. I no idea what
Right.
that.
But enough reminiscing. It is not the season finale, which is when
It
we
is not.
reminisce.
I don't like the way you're saying that word.
Reminisce. How do you say reminisce?
Reminisce.
Reminisce. I don't care how you spell it.
Lindsay.
Reminiscing.
No
I'm
opinions.
gonna
Don't know
not
the
be
word.
the peacemaker for this discussion. I'm gonna let
See,
you.
I
hash it
understand
out.
that I'm saying it wrong, but I think reminisce sounds.
I think you could
Worse.
pronounce it different ways.
I don't think you can
Doesn't
pronounce
mean
I
it's
as
a good way
eh.
to pronounce it.
Reminisce. You know? Just let me be wrong, Brent. Okay? I'll be the
Chucklehead this time.
Newman ultra microscopic silica volcano coniosis patient today.
I make a motion to
Wow.
replace the current bombastic word with chucklehead.
We
So
have
that I
used
can
chucklehead.
well, I was just gonna say, so I can retroactively have 37 points this here podcast.
Motion denied. Because now I'm the only one to use
Seconded.
the bombastic word. Bam.
You didn't even get a good use of it now.
Word from the manager. He's on my side.
Sure.
But anyways, thank you for listening, everybody. Like, comment, subscribe, follow. Any final thoughts? Either
Shout out to Mom. Will
course.
Smith comes to the podcast.
Yep.
Next week, Qualgorithm. You know it. You love it. It's back. Next week. Stay tuned.
The cycle.
And I hope that all of our pneumo ultra microscopic silico volcano neosis patients felt good getting a shout out today.
Yeah. If
What do you think the odds of one of them are listening?
If you have pneumoultra microscopic silico volcano coniosis and would like to be on the podcast, let us know. Let us know through like that Spotify prompt we put on season 4 episode 1. Let us know through our socials, our email, whatever. Find a way to get a hold of us, and you can be a guest on the podcast.
Yes, we love to show love to our pneumo no ultra microscopic silico volcano neosis patients, friends and family all around. We'll take care
Yes,
of you.
shout out to those patients.
Very condescending.
You all are only getting one use for all of this. I hope you know this.
Yeah, my final thoughts. Segment C still exists. Shout out.
Lives
Is that what you
Bigger
thought it
and
would
better
be?
than ever.
to its name so well.
Shout outs to Google Translate for updating their software. Their AI has become much better.
I don't buy it. I feel like it's just there. It's smart enough to know that what you're trying to do. Like,
Or I think you probably also have to pick languages that like are more likely to not have direct translations. Like specifically words that have like an English alphabet where a letter is a sound versus like just say Japanese where one symbol is like a syllable.
did you say alphabet?
Yes. Alphabet. Not alphabet.
Right.
Why would I? Are you kidding me? I before E, Brent. Except after C. And B is not C.
Uh-huh.
That's what we learned today in segment C.
Right.
Next time, spoilers. Anyways, have a bombastic week, everyone. See you next time.